This story begins with a kick one so cruel it almost ruined a girl's future. But what happened next silenced an entire graduation hall. And before we start, hit subscribe right now, because the next 10 seconds will shake you more than any movie scene you've watched this year. Graduation day was supposed to be perfect. Sunlight touched the football field, camera flashes glittered like fireflies, and families from across the city filled the stands. Among the crowd, no one noticed the quiet girl in the third row of graduate Seema Hayes, the new girl who had transferred just 4 months earlier. She wasn't popular, wasn't loud, and never tried to impress anyone. She sat with her hands folded tightly, tassel trembling in the soft breeze, heart pounding not because she was excited, but because she knew who was sitting behind. Her dot, Jake Turner, the school's golden boy, football star, social king, and the bully who had made Emma's short time at the school feel like years in a war zone. He never liked her. No one understood why. Maybe because she never laughed at his jokes. Maybe because she refused to give him the attention everyone else did. Or maybe because she had once stood up for a kid he shoved in the hallway. Whatever the reason, Jake made her life miserable. As the principal gave a long, inspiring speech, Jake leaned forward and whispered, "Don't think you're walking across that stage without a goodbye present from me." Emma didn't move, didn't answer, didn't even blink. Fear tightened every muscle, but she kept staring straight ahead, trying to breathe. Then it happened fast. Names were being called. Applause rose and fell. Students stood and walked row by row. When Emma's row rose, Jake smirked, cracked his knuckles, and stepped closer behind her. She felt it, his presence, like a shadow pressed against her spine. Still, she kept walking, afraid to run, afraid to look weak, afraid to give him the satisfaction. But the moment they reached the corner of the stage stairs, Jake acted. A sudden kick, hard, cruel, direct to her face. Emma didn't have time to scream. Her cap flew, the tassel spiraling in the air as her body crashed sideways onto the turf. Gasps rolled through the audience like thunder. Parents stood. Students froze. Cameras dropped. The celebration died in an instant. Jake laughed. "Oops, didn't see you there, new girl." Emma raised her shaking hands to her face, stunned, humiliated, hurt not just physically, but deeply, in a way no one saw. Tears blurred her vision as she tried to sit up. But something else happened. A scream not hers cut through the stadium. It came from the stage. The principal, Dr. Carter, jumped down from the stairs faster than anyone thought a man his age could move. His face wasn't shocked. It was furious. He rushed to Emma, knelt beside her, gently checking her face while glaring at Jake with a frozen, bone-deep anger. The kind that makes the world go silent. "Who did this?" he said, voice trembling with rage. Jake shrugged, still grinning. "Relax, old man. It was just a joke." Dr. Carter stood slowly, turned to face him, and the entire audience felt an invisible shift, like the oxygen had changed, like something dangerous had awakened. "You," he said sharply, pointing at Jake, "don't move." Jake laughed again until he saw who was marching toward him. A group of teachers, security guards, and a man Emma recognized, but Jake, DIDN, single quotes, to her older brother, no uniform, no announcement, no warning. He arrived late, wearing civilian clothes, but he wasn't just any brother. He was military, not decorated on paper, but decorated in the way he walked. The way he observed. The way he stepped directly between Jake and Emma like he had been trained to do so his entire life. The crowd murmured. Phones started recording. Jake's smirk finally weakened. Dr. Carter looked at Emma. He hurt you before, didn't he? Tears ran down her cheek. Not just from pain, but from finally being seen. Double quotes, yes. She whispered. Whispers shot through the students, rising like wildfire. Stories came out. Things Jake did when nobody was around. How many people he intimidated. How many looked the other way. And then Dr. Carter, the man known for his calm, lost it. Jake Turner. He said loudly, "Your graduation is over." Jake blinked. "What, over?" the principal repeated. "You will not walk that stage. You will not accept a diploma, and everyone here will witness exactly why." The crowd erupted. Some in shock. Some in agreement. Jake took a step back, suddenly pale, suddenly small, and for the first time, he looked scared. The ceremony stopped. A place where thousands came to celebrate turned into a courtroom of silent judgment. Everyone watched. No one defended Jake, not even his friends, who slowly stepped away. But this story wasn't about humiliation, not about revenge, not about punishing a bully. It was about what happened next after. The cameras stopped recording because Jake had a secret too, one no one was ready for. After the field cleared and ambulances checked, Emma's injuries, she sat alone in the nurse's office with an ice pack pressed to her cheek. She didn't want attention. She didn't want revenge. She just wanted to graduate like everyone else. She wanted the moment back that Jake stole. Dr. Carter entered quietly. He closed the door behind him. "Emma," he said softly, "do you know why I reacted so strongly today?" She shook her head. "Because I've seen this before," he said. "Bullies like Jake. They don't stop until someone stops them." Emma swallowed. "I didn't want trouble, I know," he said. "And that's exactly why you deserved protection." Before she could respond, a knock came. Jake. But not the Jake she saw earlier. Gone was the arrogance. Gone was the swagger. His varsity jacket was removed, hands shaking, eyes red. He stepped inside, slowly, security behind him. "I need to talk to her," Jake said quietly. Emma stiffened. Dr. Carter moved closer to protect her. But Jake held up his hands. "I'm not here to hurt her. I swear, I'm here because I messed up. And you don't know why I did it." "No excuse justifies violence," Dr. Carter snapped. "I know," Jake whispered. "But it wasn't about her. It was about me." Emma frowned. "What do you mean?" Jake sank into a chair across from her. "My dad," he said shakily. He's not the man everyone thinks. He's strict. Too strict. Every mistake I make becomes punishment." He swallowed hard. "Real punishment." Emma blinked, shocked. He continued. "He told me this morning if I don't keep my reputation, if I don't stay the strongest, then I'm nothing, weak, pathetic." He wiped his eyes. "He saw me lose a football game last week. He told me I embarrassed him. He said I'd better show the school who's boss before graduation." Emma stared, breath-catching. "I didn't want to hurt you," Jake said, voice breaking. "I swear. I didn't even think, didn't even look, just acted, because I'm scared of him." The room fell silent. This was the twist no one expected. The bully had been bullied, not at school, at home. Behind closed doors, where no camera could capture it, Dr. Carter sighed deeply. Emma felt something strange. Anger, yes, but also pity. Not forgiveness. Not yet. But understanding. Jake stood slowly. I know it doesn't fix anything. I know I deserve whatever happens next. But I wanted you to know I'm not the monster everyone thinks. He turned to leave, but Emma spoke. Jake, he paused. She looked at him with surprising calm. What you did hurt me. A lot, not just today, but for months. And I don't know if I'll ever forget it. She took a breath. But I'm not going to hate you. I won't become what you were. Jake lowered his head. Thank you. Security escorted him out, not in handcuffs, but in silence. Later, Dr. Carter returned with good news. Emma, you will walk across that stage today. You deserve that moment. And when she did, the entire stadium stood, every student, every parent, every teacher clapping louder than she'd ever heard in her life. Not because she was the new girl, but because she was the strongest. One there. Some say Jake left town for counseling. Others say he returned months later as a different person, quieter, more thoughtful, never bullying anyone again. No one knows what truly happened, but Emma. She never let fear silence her again, because on graduation day, a bully tried to break her, and ended up breaking himself.